What's up, everybody? Clickbait Greenwood here, and I'm here to talk to you about reality creation and why it's a hoax. So in the last video, I talked a little bit about how you don't create your reality. This is something that a lot of teachers have been parroting over the years, people in the New Age, and they're New Age simps, let's be honest. There are people who are purveying a message that's not true, and they can't prove it. The truth of the matter is that we do have a lot of control on how we interact with our reality, but each and every one of us is creating it. The map is not the territory, as Robert Anton Wilson says. The menu is not the meal, as Alan Watts says. So, people who are parodying this are idealists, right? That's their philosophy, idealism, which, they can prove to be true. Amazing how that works. And then the people who are saying, well, it's not true, you can't control anything that's going on out here. Well, they're materialists. That's their philosophy, okay? Guess what? They're both right. Here's the thing about quantum mechanics. What the thinker thinks, the prover proves, just like I talked about in the last video. So when you read a book like, let's say Reality Transurfing, or Prometheus Rising, or Napoleon Hill's book, Outwitting the Devil, you realize, oh my God, neither one of these philosophies is entirely true. The truth is in the middle somewhere where it crosses over, right? What the thinker thinks, the prover proves. We're constantly navigating confirmation bias in our reality. We're creating our relationship to reality. We see our reality tunnel in a certain way, and we're responsible for that. It's totally up to us, okay? So there's a lot of stuff that's happening that we don't have control over. If you really did create reality, do you think you would be here right now? I sure wouldn't be. I think if anything could prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a lot of the coaches that are telling you and parodying the law of attraction to you and manifestation are a little bit off, is the fact that we are in this pandemic at this point. If it were true that you were the only one that created your reality, if it were true that you created reality and everything that you do and everything that happens to you is a response directly to your thoughts, then I don't think you'd be watching this video, to be frank. I think you'd be on a beach in Tahiti somewhere, sipping a cold one, hanging out, relaxing, maybe some shrimp on the Barbie, who knows? Maybe you'd have 10 Barbies with you, right? Like that's the type of reality that you would be experiencing. It would be totally 100% a dream. So everything that we talk about on the channel is not true. Like everything that I tell you, it's not true. It can't be true. Everything is only a sign pointing to the truth. That's all it ever can be, because the map is not the territory, okay? So really what it's up to us to figure out what our map is going to be. We can totally customize our reality tunnel or our view of the world. And we want to do that in the most healthy way possible, right? There are some things that we simply cannot control. Simply can't control it. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. There are just circumstances that have already happened. For instance, if you get in a car accident, okay, some of these New Age simps are going to tell you that you had a negative thought and that created this car accident. Well, you know what that is? That's blaming the victim. And it's not true. It's bullshit. It is a belief system, a BS that you need to toss out immediately, because that's not true. Bad things happen. Random things happen. I can't explain why it happens, but the reason why you haven't fulfilled your goal yet isn't because you didn't believe hard enough, okay? It's first and foremost because you're not healed inside, you're not okay. You don't even know what your goal is because you don't even know who you are. And in order to just be okay, you have to figure out who you are, line up your soul and your mind, which are the two parts of you, and get those two aspects working in unison. At that point, you start to exude charm. You start to have a lust for life, a passion. You follow your own curiosity, and you begin to create your own part, your own layer of reality. Like I talked about in the karma video, look at how this all overlaps, right? This is the Olympic symbol. But it's also what's going on in reality. Each one of us has a part in the creation of what is going on, okay? And that's why you only have so much control. You don't create your reality, you choose your relationship to it. And what we want to do is find the advantage, like I said in the last video. Advantage, advantage, advantage. If Viktor Frankl, who wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning, could find an advantage in being in an internment camp, turn that into a win by creating his own philosophy called logotherapy and writing a book, then we can do it too, okay? It doesn't matter necessarily what the circumstances are, because between stimulus and response, okay, we can still use this. We can actually use this. It works really well. Stimulus here in idealism, response here in the material world. They're both true, right? We have this 3D world that exists. We also have this dream world that exists, okay? And this is us. You are here on this map, which is not the territory. If you try to eat a menu, I don't know that it's going to be, medium well. So here's where we're at. We're between stimulus and response. This is where free will exists. This is where we get to choose how we interact with our world. And that is the key to elevating our timeline within the reality that we are a part of. And that also, we can influence the rest of this, like I talked about in the karma video. If I am a positive, open-minded person, not necessarily a sleepy moron, but a positive, open-minded person who can spread joy, spread love, help share, open people up, and talk in a way that's a non-violent communication, well, I can begin to influence what their reality tunnels are experiencing. So all those layers add up to create the reality in the third dimension that we are experiencing. And of course, it's all part of the mental world. First, this is the cause to the effect. They're both true. Duality's a bitch. But we can transcend it, okay? So the map is not the territory, the menu is not the meal, okay? We're not creating our own reality, we're choosing and deciding our relationship to it. The model for quantum mechanics, the idea that every timeline exists, is true because in the idealist world, infinity's stored up like a stack of film, or like every book that's ever been written. Every single possibility exists in the dream world. We can't bring just anything into the material world, okay? But that's where it originates from. That's where these ideas come from. There are limitations. There are laws in place, physical laws in the third dimension, material reality, that we can observe, that we can test, and that we can understand. So thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you taking the time. Please subscribe, share, and leave a comment below if this was helpful, or if you have any questions, or if you just think I'm a clickbait artist. Hey, all feedback is welcome. And please check out my website as well, bootsygreenwood.com. I have an email list there where I'm going to be sending some special goodies your way. Please sign up for that. And also, check out my Patreon. I do a weekly exclusive on Patreon, and I have a lot of cool documents and tips, tricks, and techniques there on Patreon as well. It's a great way to support me as a creator. And I'm working on some other things too, which I will be releasing soon. So thank you so much, and we'll see you all next time.